Jessica Jeremiah here at Riley's Bar and Grill. We are excited as we all look forward to this year's IrishFest. 2024 marks the 39th year of the St. Patrick's Day Parade here on Hilton Head Island. And we can't wait as it kicks off, of course, Saturday the 16th with all kinds of festivities, including some great music at Celebration Park. This year, though, we're here because behind us we're celebrating. We're getting ready to name the Grand Marshal for 2024. Of course, Stan Smith, the Grand Marshal for 2023. And we have had a lineup of great Grand Marshals over the years, over the 39 years of the parade. So stick with us as we head in and we find out who this year's 39th 2024 Grand Marshal is.
It became our tradition to name a Grand Marshal who has been an integral part of our community, helping their neighbors in many ways, enhancing lives, helping provide needed services, reaching out, and shining a light on the island that we love. Our 2024 Grand Marshal meets those criteria in every way and then some. For those of you who have figured it out, you already know that whenever there's a fundraising event, like this coming Saturday's Super Bowl of Caring to raise funds for second helpings, you will likely hear him before you see him. We proudly announce our 2024 Grand Marshal, the one and only, the voice of the Lowcountry, Mr. Monty Jett.
Been in the parade and of course doing the announcing at the reviewing stand. So it's one of my favorite events on the island. I am just so thrilled and honored to be the Grand Marshal.
Being named Grand Marshal, of course, a huge honor. And we're sitting here catching up with a Grand Marshal who is joining us for today's announcement. Grand Marshal Jim, who has been the Grand Marshal in 1992. What an honor. How exciting was that to be named?
It was very exciting for the whole family. In fact, my grandchildren were happy and they rode in the parade with me.
What a story. I love that. And you being here in Hilton Head for many years, what was it that sort of brought you to be named Grand Marshal? What were you up to at that time?
Well, we had a lot of firsts on the island. We opened the first drugstore on the island and proceeded to have 4 locations. And over the years, we're with all the people as it grew to be a nice place to live, and never dreaming it's going to go as far as it has.
Absolutely, and an entrepreneur, of course. So what are you looking forward to? You keep coming out to celebrate St. Patrick's Day.
Absolutely.
What do you think is going to be real exciting about this year? What are you looking
I think
for?
It's very exciting to have Monty be named as the Grand Marshal this year, because his voice, as you heard, is so identical with him, whether he's on the microphone or in person.
Absolutely, and you know, such a volunteer here with the parade, and he's been giving back and doing such a great part as the years have unfolded. It's such a deserving title. We're going to catch up with him in a minute, but it was such a pleasure getting a chance to chat with you. Thanks for letting us do that.
I appreciate it very much.
You bet. An exciting day as we learned who the 2024 Grand Marshal is. And here he is, the one and only Monty Jett. Such a deserving title.
Oh.
I'm so excited for you.
Thank you, Jessica. That's nice. I'm glad you're here.
I'm so glad to be here. A beautiful day to celebrate.
Yes, it is. It is.
I've learned some things about you. I know how much you are involved in this community and have been for many, many years, of course. And you have been involved with the parade dating back to...
Well, it's about 36 years. So amazing. What would that be? About 1988, I guess.
88. So the parade starting in 1983, you were right behind him, ready to help out as it grew.
Yeah.
I love the story about Stan Smith calling. And when Stan Smith calls, I have a feeling you want to say yes.
That's a funny story I like to tell frequently, because it seemed at that time, this was about 2001 maybe, and I was emceeing everything. And it's not because I'm good, I do it for free. So I was in demand. And I said, it's time for the younger generation to take over this. And I was telling my friend at the time, and I said, I'm done. I'm going to say no. And it wasn't 30 seconds. The phone rang and Stan says, "I need help at the Boys and Girls Club." I said, "No problem." And I've never said no since. I took that as a sign.
And it is. And we're so thankful that you're able to be such a big part of these celebrations every year. I know everyone looks forward to seeing you out here in the community. I heard a statistic as they were announcing this I wanted to stop on for just a moment, because talking about some of the philanthropic things that you've been doing, an estimated $30 million that you've helped raise for different organizations. What drives you to do this?
Well, I think I have a talent for people to listen to what I say, and when I ask them for money, they seem to have a knack for them giving the money. But it's really the generosity of the community we live in. I'm blown away at how generous this community is, and they're giving. And I've done so many of these things. That's why that seems like a big number. But you know, it's fantastic, and you know, I think it's the least I can do for the community.
So the grand things that you have done. You're so humble about all of this, but I also want to find out a little bit about what it is that a Grand Marshal does.
You know, I think I'm doing it. I think this is about it. Do some interviews, have a Bushmill, and but I'll be on the reviewing stand during the parade. But I think that's about it.
It's pretty exciting.
But if they call me, I'll go be somewhere.
Well, you know, it's really about being a face for the community for this parade, and you've done such a good job of that over the years. Thank you for taking a minute with us, Monty, and congratulations.
Always a pleasure, Jess.
So appreciate it.
Big fan of yours and what you do.
An exciting day announcing the Grand Marshal for 2024. We're going to kick it back to the desk.
Thanks, Jessa. How do you make a house party epic? Stay tuned. We'll have it for you right here on the WHHI Daily News.